Youth World is a nonprofit located in South Dallas, and our goal is to feed families in the area both physically and spiritually. We do that by getting the families into the building through different monthly outreaches as well as after-school programs. And once we get them in here, it's our opportunity to share the love of Christ in everything that we do.
So Youth World was actually started up by Darla Shirley years ago in the 90s, and it got started because she saw that there was people in Oak Cliff and in South Dallas who had children who were staying at home and they weren't having food, they weren't having resources, there was no provision for them. They weren't having the normal summer experiences well, at least that I had growing up, going to camps and different things. And so she wanted to provide a place for them to be able to come. There was a positive environment where she could share the love of Jesus with them, she could feed them. And so she started it up out of her garage at her house, and literally the first day she always tells us that 100 kids showed up and she was all alone. And so that's how it got started up. And so after that she knew that, you know, it was the call, and so she knew what she had to do as far as getting more resources and things to be able to accommodate for the mass amount of kids who were actually coming.
And so there's a lot that goes on before the kids even walk in the building. But at 3 o'clock every day, all of that stops because the focus is on the kids and the teens that are coming in. And so the kids will get here, we'll hang out with them, we'll help them with their homework, we'll do our Bible lesson, we'll have small groups with them, we'll play a rec game, do something fun in art, whatever the kids want to do. And then before they leave, we get to feed them dinner, which is really special because they can't always afford dinner. And so sometimes for some of the families, we're all they have. And so that's an awesome opportunity to have like a family-style dinner with them. And so then they'll leave, and we'll leave too, and we'll do it all over again the next day.
My favorite part is just getting to build a relationship. Like, that's literally my job description in a way, and like just getting to connect with the kids every day and like finding new ways to connect with them is just so much fun, and just having fun with them. And the hardest part is probably, it really tests my leadership skills. I've learned a lot about leadership and delegation and just how to do that effectively. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just running around and never get everything done. And so that's probably the hardest part, but I'm learning.
When I first came to Youth World, I hadn't been in a community like this since I was in Austin. A community that is deemed as being low income, there's a high crime rate. When I came here, the majority of students weren't able to read, and so this area was close to being deemed illiterate because a lot of the children were failing their testings and things like that had to do with reading. And when I first came in, I felt there was a lot to really take on. I realized just me being here and being the person that I am and showing the love of God inside of me was impacting their lives. That children would come in here from their homes where they had heard abuse and their mom's yelling or their dad's yelling, and they were in a room and they were afraid at home, could come here, and the things that they would hear here were encouragement. They would totally juxtapose everything else that they were hearing at home. If you ask me like, hey, is what we're doing working? I'm not going to tell you yes, I'm going to show you the people. I'm going to show you exactly how it's working. The fact that our kids are the ones who are standing up for other kids at school, the fact that our kids are the ones who are telling their parents about God, the fact that our kids are telling their mothers when their mothers feel like they're not pretty and they're not worth it, they're the ones who are regurgitating everything we're teaching them here and saying, you are worth it, Mom. That's what this is all about. And so that's Youth World. It's a lot, but we know what we're after. We know our mission. We know what we're going for. We're not doing everything. We're just doing what we were put here for.